What if I told you that the key to manifesting the life of your dreams is hidden in something so simple, yet so powerful? A vision. Not just any vision, but one so clear, so obsessively detailed, that it pulls you forward like a magnet. Can you imagine that? Think of Elon Musk. This is a man who doesn't just dream of space exploration. He sees it as inevitable. Mars isn't just a far-off concept for him. It's a tangible, future reality. Now, think about that for a moment. What kind of vision could you have that would drive you forward with such intensity? Maybe right now you have goals, ideas, dreams that float around in your mind, but are they crystal clear? How often do you find yourself truly focused on that one vision, so much so that everything else fades into the background? That's the difference. Musk, Bezos, and other billionaires don't just have dreams. They have a vision so vivid it borders on obsession. And it's that obsession that fuels their actions every single day. Ask yourself, what vision do you have for your life? Is it clear? Is it powerful enough to push you to work harder, to take risks, to overcome every obstacle that stands in your way? Or is it still just an idea, a fleeting thought that comes and goes? The truth is, having a vision is more than just imagining a better future. It's about seeing it so vividly that you start living it every single day. Musk doesn't just talk about colonizing Mars. He's investing billions, launching rockets, creating the technology to make it happen. His vision is alive in every step he takes, in every decision he makes. It's his compass, guiding him no matter how far off the goal may seem. So, I ask you again, what's your Mars? What is that one big, audacious goal that you're willing to pursue no matter the cost? Do you see it clearly? Can you feel it, taste it like it's already happening? There's something powerful that happens when you have a vision this strong. It's like your mind shifts gears. Suddenly, everything you do starts aligning with that vision. Opportunities appear where you didn't see them before. Your actions become more intentional, more focused. The world around you seems to bend to make room for your success. And it's not magic, it's clarity. When you know exactly where you're going, your subconscious starts working overtime to get you there. But let's be real, this isn't easy. How many times have you started working towards something, only to get distracted? Or maybe your goal wasn't strong enough to withstand the challenges. This is where most people fail. They don't commit to their vision with enough passion, enough fire. They give up when things get hard, because their vision wasn't clear enough to keep them going. But here's the thing. If your vision is strong enough, if it's deeply rooted in your mind, nothing can stop you. Not failure, not criticism, not even time. Think about Musk again. How many times has he faced failure? How many times did people doubt him, tell him it couldn't be done? But his vision was so clear, so deeply ingrained in his psyche, that it didn't matter. He kept going. And that's the key. When your vision is this strong, it becomes your driving force. It pushes you when you're tired, it inspires you when you're discouraged, and it gives you the courage to take risks most people wouldn't dare. So, ask yourself, are you obsessed with your vision? Or is it just a passing thought? Because the truth is, success doesn't come to those who simply want it. It comes to those who live it, who breathe it, who see it so clearly that the rest of the world becomes irrelevant. What would happen if you took your vision seriously? If you nurtured it, focused on it, obsessed over it, day after day? What could you achieve? The power of manifestation lies in clarity. The clearer your vision, the stronger the pull. The more detailed it is, the more your mind starts to align with it. But here's where most people fall short. They don't define their vision clearly enough. They don't give themselves permission to dream big, to obsess over their goals. But imagine if you did. Imagine if you wrote down your vision every day, refining it, making it clearer and more real with each passing moment. How would your life change? Think about that. What would it be like to wake up every day knowing exactly what you're working toward? To feel that fire, that drive, that unstoppable energy pushing you forward? That's what billionaires do. They don't just have dreams, they have a vision that consumes them, a vision so powerful that it becomes their reality. And here's the truth, you can have that too. You can create a vision for your life that is so compelling, so irresistible, that it pulls you out of bed every morning with excitement. But you have to commit. You have to take it seriously. Are you willing to do that? Are you ready to become obsessed with your future? What if you started today? What if, right now, you began to craft that vision, to see it so clearly that it becomes impossible to ignore? Wouldn't that change everything? Now that you've started to form that crystal clear vision, there's another essential piece to manifesting your goals, one that often gets overlooked: belief in your own ability to achieve it. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about deep, unwavering self-efficacy, the belief that no matter what challenges come your way, you have what it takes to overcome them. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal, started working toward it, only to give up when things got tough? Was it because the goal wasn't right, or because you doubted your ability to succeed? Let's look at someone like Elon Musk. He doesn't just believe in the vision of colonizing Mars. He believes, with absolute certainty, that he is the person capable of making it happen. And that's the difference. He faces challenges, setbacks, and failures just like anyone else. But he doesn't let those moments define him. Because he has an unshakable belief in his capacity to find solutions, to overcome obstacles, and to turn his vision into reality. This is self-efficacy at its core. Ask yourself, how strong is your belief in your own abilities? Do you truly believe that you can achieve the vision you've set for yourself? Or do doubts creep in when things get tough? Because here's the truth. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Your belief in your ability to succeed is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without it, your vision is just a dream, floating around in your mind with no real path to manifestation. Now, let's get real for a second. Self-doubt is normal. It's human nature to question whether we're capable of doing something big, especially when the stakes are high. But the people who succeed, the ones who manifest greatness, aren't the ones without doubts. They're the ones who move forward despite them. They've trained their minds to focus on their strengths, their resourcefulness, their ability to find solutions, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Think about Elon Musk again. When he was building SpaceX, he faced failure after failure. Rockets exploded, funding ran low, and critics laughed at his audacity. But did he give up? Because deep down, he believed in his own ability to figure it out. He trusted that no matter how many obstacles appeared, he would find a way through. And that's what you need to do. You need to build that same unshakable belief in yourself. But how? How do you develop this level of confidence, especially when life has thrown you curveballs or when you've faced failure in the past? One powerful way is through self-affirmation. Every day, you need to remind yourself of your strengths, your past successes, and your capacity to learn and grow. You need to train your brain to focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. This isn't just about pumping yourself up. It's about reprogramming your mind to believe that you are capable of manifesting your vision no matter what stands in your way. Let's try something. Right now, think about a challenge you're facing. Maybe it's a lack of resources, a skill you need to develop, or an external obstacle blocking your path. Whatever it is, ask yourself, what can you do to overcome it? How can you leverage your strengths, your creativity, your resilience to find a solution? Because here's the thing, there's always a solution. The only question is whether you believe in your ability to find it. The power of self-efficacy lies in this belief. When you trust that you can solve any problem, no matter how big, you become unstoppable. You start to see challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow and improve. You approach obstacles with curiosity rather than fear, and you develop a resilience that keeps you moving forward, even when things get tough. But let's not sugarcoat it. Building this kind of self-belief takes work. It takes time. It takes practice. But every time you push through a challenge, every time you solve a problem that once seemed impossible, your confidence grows. You start to realize that you are capable of so much more than you ever imagined. And once that belief takes root, nothing can stand in your way. Now, think about your own life. Think about the times when you've overcome adversity, when you've solved problems, when you've pushed through challenges that once seemed insurmountable. Those moments are proof of your self-efficacy. They are reminders that you already have the capacity to succeed. All you need to do is nurture that belief, feed it, and let it grow. Imagine waking up every morning with that kind of confidence. Imagine facing your day, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the ability to handle it. How would that change the way you approach your goals? How would that shift the way you think about your vision for the future? This is where manifestation becomes powerful. It's not just about visualizing your dreams, it's about believing with every fiber of your being that you are capable of making those dreams come true. When you combine a clear vision with an unshakable belief in your own abilities, you create an unstoppable force. You become the kind of person who doesn't just hope for success, you expect it. But it all starts with you. It starts with your belief in yourself. So, the next time you face a challenge, I want you to pause and ask yourself, do I believe in my ability to overcome this? And if the answer is anything less than a resounding yes, I want you to take a step back, remind yourself of your strengths, and reframe the situation. Because once you start to see yourself as capable, as resourceful, as resilient, there's no limit to what you can achieve. And here's the exciting part. Once you believe in yourself, others will start to believe in you too. Confidence is contagious. When you carry yourself with the knowledge that you can handle anything life throws your way, people will notice. They'll start to see you as a leader, as someone who gets things done. And that energy will attract opportunities, resources, and connections that will help you manifest your vision even faster. So, I ask you again, how strong is your belief in yourself? Do you truly trust in your ability to succeed, no matter what? Because that belief, your self-efficacy, is the foundation upon which your vision will be built. It's the driving force that will carry you through the hard times, the failures, the setbacks. And it's what will ultimately turn your dreams into reality. Now that you've built a powerful vision and strengthened your belief in yourself, there's something else you need to master. Focusing intensely on the present moment. This might sound counterintuitive at first. After all, we've been talking about having a clear vision of the future. But here's the thing. Manifestation doesn't happen in the future. It happens in the now. What you do today, this very moment, is what shapes your reality. And this is where so many people get stuck. They dream of the future, but they aren't present in the actions that will take them there. Think about it. How often do you find yourself distracted, scattered, jumping from task to task without really focusing on what's in front of you? In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Your phone buzzing, emails popping up, endless scrolling on social media. But the truth is, real progress, the kind that transforms your life, comes from being fully immersed in the moment, from dedicating all your energy and attention to what you're doing right now. This is something that billionaires like Elon Musk understand deeply. Musk isn't just dreaming of Mars while sitting in a room doing nothing. He's relentlessly focused on the present actions that will get him there. Whether he's working on a new rocket design or solving a problem with one of his companies, his mind is fully engaged in the task at hand. And that's where his power comes from, an almost supernatural ability to focus on the now without being distracted by everything else happening around him. So, how can you develop that same level of focus? How can you train your mind to stay locked in on the present, instead of constantly drifting to the future or getting caught up in distractions? It starts with understanding that the present moment is the only place where real change happens. Every decision you make today, every action you take, either brings you closer to your vision or pulls you further away. Ask yourself, how much time do you spend fully immersed in the present? When was the last time you were so deeply focused on something that you lost track of time, that everything else faded away? That's the kind of focus you need to cultivate if you want to manifest your dreams. It's not enough to just think about the future, you need to put in the work, right now, with laser-like precision and commitment. But let's be honest, staying focused is hard. Our minds naturally wander. We get distracted. We start thinking about what we need to do later, or we get caught up in worries about things we can't control. But what if you could train yourself to stay focused, to block out the noise and distractions, and channel all your energy into the present moment? One powerful technique is time blocking. This is something many successful people, including billionaires, use to maximize their productivity. The idea is simple. Instead of letting your day be dictated by random tasks and interruptions, you break it up into focused blocks of time. For each block, you dedicate yourself to one specific task, and you do nothing else during that time. No distractions, no multitasking, just pure, focused work. Imagine what you could accomplish if you spent just a few hours a day in this state of deep focus. What would happen if you committed to spending 90 minutes on a single task without checking your phone, without letting your mind wander, without getting distracted by emails or social media? How much more progress would you make? How much closer would you be to manifesting your vision? This is what billionaires do. They know that focus is their most valuable resource, and they guard it fiercely. They aren't afraid to say no to distractions. They understand that every moment of focused effort brings them one step closer to their goal. And you can do the same, but it requires discipline. It requires the ability to shut out everything else and pour your energy into what's in front of you. Let's take it a step further. Think about how you spend your time each day. Are you fully present in your work? Are you giving each task your undivided attention? Or are you constantly switching between things, never really getting anything done? What would happen if you started treating your time like the precious resource it is? What would change if you became intentional about every minute, every hour, making sure that your actions today are in line with the future you want to create? This is where mindfulness comes into play. Mindfulness isn't just about meditating or relaxing. It's about being fully present in everything you do. When you're mindful, you're not worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow or getting stuck in regrets about the past. You're here, now, fully engaged in whatever you're doing. Whether it's a conversation, a task, or a decision, you're giving it your all. And that's where real transformation happens. Imagine what your life could look like if you started practicing mindfulness every day. Imagine how much more productive, more fulfilled, more aligned with your vision you'd be if you approached every task with full presence and intention. This is the secret that billionaires like Musk have tapped into. They understand that the present moment is where the future is created. They don't waste time daydreaming about what might happen. They're too busy making it happen, right now. But it's not just about productivity. When you're fully present, you start to enjoy life more. You're not constantly rushing through things, always thinking about the next task. You're savoring the moment. You're fully alive. And that energy, that presence, is what draws success and prosperity to you. Think about the last time you were completely focused on something you love. Maybe it was a hobby, a project, or spending time with someone important to you. How did it feel? That sense of flow, of being so absorbed in the moment that nothing else mattered. That's where your power lies. And when you can tap into that feeling in your everyday life, when you can bring that level of focus and presence to your work, your goals, your vision, everything changes. So, ask yourself, how present are you in your life right now? Are you fully engaged in the actions that will move you toward your vision? Or are you letting distractions pull you off course? What would happen if you made the decision, today, to start living more mindfully? To start focusing on the now, instead of worrying about the future or getting lost in the past? When you focus intensely on the present, something incredible happens. You start to see opportunities that you missed before. You start to notice the small steps you can take, the connections you can make, the solutions that are right in front of you. And that's where manifestation happens, not in some distant, far-off future, but right here, in the present moment. The more you focus on the now, the more momentum you build. Every action you take compounds on the next, and before you know it, you've made massive progress toward your vision. It's not about making huge leaps overnight. It's about consistently showing up day after day, with focus and intention. So, I challenge you, how can you bring more focus into your life today? What distractions can you eliminate? How can you start being more mindful in everything you do? Because the more present you are, the more power you have to shape your future. And that's the ultimate secret of manifestation, being fully present in the moment, while holding a clear vision of where you're headed. That's how you create the future you want. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. Now that you've built a clear vision, strengthened your belief in yourself, and mastered the art of focusing on the present, we need to dive into something that's often overlooked but is absolutely essential for success: resilience. Because let's be honest, no matter how clear your vision is or how focused you are, life will test you. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments when everything seems to fall apart. And this is where most people give up. But not you. Because you're about to understand the power of resilience, the ability to bounce back from failure stronger than before. Think about Elon Musk again. Do you think his journey was smooth? Do you think SpaceX launched rockets into space on the first try without any issues? Far from it. Musk faced multiple rocket failures, financial crises, and moments where the entire vision seemed on the verge of collapse. Yet, here's the critical point: he didn't quit. In fact, he didn't just recover from those setbacks. He used them as fuel to push even harder. This is the essence of resilience. But what does resilience look like in practice? It's not just about picking yourself up after a failure. It's about learning from it, growing from it, and using it as a stepping stone toward even greater success. Ask yourself, how do you handle failure? Do you let it defeat you, or do you see it as an opportunity? Because the truth is, every failure contains a lesson that, if embraced, can propel you forward in ways success never could. Now, let's talk about your own life. Think about a time when you faced a major setback. Maybe it was a failed project, a broken relationship, or a business idea that didn't take off. What did you do? Did you retreat, or did you dig in and find a way through? Resilience isn't just about enduring hardship. It's about transforming it into something that serves you. It's about turning obstacles into opportunities. And here's something important to remember: Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every person who has achieved great things has failed along the way. The difference is how they responded to those failures. For billionaires like Musk, failure isn't a signal to stop. It's a signal to innovate, to rethink, to come back stronger. So, how can you start to view your own setbacks this way? How can you develop the mindset that failure isn't the end of the road, but just a detour? One powerful way to build resilience is by reframing failure. Instead of seeing it as a personal defeat, start viewing it as feedback. What didn't work? What can you do differently next time? This shift in perspective changes everything. It takes the sting out of failure and turns it into something useful, something that helps you grow. Imagine if, every time you hit a roadblock, instead of feeling defeated, you got curious. What can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me better, smarter, stronger? Elon Musk is a master of this. When a SpaceX rocket failed to launch, he didn't see it as a disaster, he saw it as data. He studied every detail, learned from the mistakes, and improved the design. That's why, after every failure, SpaceX got better, not worse. Now think about how you can apply this to your own life. What if you started treating your setbacks as opportunities to gather data, to learn, to grow? This mindset shift is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Most people see failure as a dead end, but the resilient ones, those who manifest their visions, see it as a new beginning. They understand that resilience isn't just about surviving hardship, it's about thriving in the face of it. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what if the failures keep coming? What if I keep hitting walls? That's a valid concern, and it's one that every successful person has faced. But here's the thing, resilience is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you bounce back from a setback, you're not just moving forward, you're building your capacity to handle even bigger challenges in the future. Think of resilience like building a skyscraper. The higher you want to go, the deeper the foundation needs to be. Setbacks are like digging the foundation. Every time you face a challenge and overcome it, you're going deeper, making yourself stronger and more capable of reaching higher heights. Without that foundation, without those setbacks, you'd crumble at the first sign of pressure. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Resilience doesn't just prepare you for the future, it transforms you in the present. When you become resilient, something shifts inside of you. You stop fearing failure. You stop playing small. You become willing to take risks, to push the boundaries, because you know that no matter what happens, you can handle it. This is the mindset of the most successful people in the world. They aren't afraid to fail because they trust in their ability to recover, to learn, to keep moving forward. Now, ask yourself, how resilient are you? How do you respond when things don't go as planned? Do you crumble or do you rise? Because here's the truth, the road to success is never straight. There will always be bumps, detours, and roadblocks. But those who succeed aren't the ones who avoid these challenges, they're the ones who face them head-on and keep moving forward no matter what. Resilience is about embracing the struggle. It's about knowing that the challenges you face today are preparing you for the opportunities of tomorrow. And the more you lean into those challenges, the stronger you become. So, the next time you hit a setback, instead of seeing it as a failure, I want you to see it as a test of your resilience, your determination, your commitment to your vision. Think about it this way, every challenge you face is like a weight at the gym. The more you lift, the stronger you get. The more resistance you face, the more capable you become of handling even bigger challenges. So, what if you started welcoming setbacks instead of fearing them? What if you saw every obstacle as an opportunity to build your resilience, to grow stronger, to become unstoppable. This is the mindset that billionaires like Musk embody. They don't just survive failure, they thrive in it. They use every setback as fuel, every challenge as a stepping stone to something greater. And you can do the same. But it starts with a decision to stop letting failure define you and start letting it refine you. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward. It's about using every challenge, every setback, as a springboard to something bigger, better, and more aligned with your vision. And when you approach life with this mindset, nothing can stop you. So, I ask you again, how will you respond the next time you face a challenge? Will you let it defeat you, or will you rise, stronger and more determined than ever? Because here's the truth, success doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from embracing it, learning from it, and using it as fuel to propel you forward. Remember, resilience is your superpower. It's the force that will carry you through the hardest moments and bring you out the other side, stronger and more capable than before. And the more you build this muscle, the closer you get to manifesting the life you've always dreamed of. So, the next time life throws you a curveball, instead of shrinking back, I want you to stand tall. I want you to look that challenge in the eye and say, "This is making me stronger. This is helping me grow. This is moving me closer to my vision," because that's what resilience is all about. Now that you understand the power of resilience, there's one more key element that ties everything together: the ability to visualize solutions where others only see problems. This might sound simple, but it's a skill that separates the successful from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. And here's the truth: the ability to visualize solutions is one of the most powerful forms of manifestation, and it's a mindset shared by every billionaire, including Elon Musk. Think about it. What is it that makes people like Musk different? It's not just their vision for the future or their resilience in the face of failure. It's their ability to see beyond the problems, beyond the limitations, and visualize the solutions that will lead them to success. They don't get stuck thinking about why something won't work. They focus on how it can work. They train their minds to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Let's take a real-world example. When SpaceX was on the verge of collapse after multiple failed rocket launches, most people would have seen nothing but problems. Too much risk, not enough funding, not enough time. But what did Musk do? He didn't focus on the failures. He focused on the solutions. He visualized how they could solve the engineering problems, how they could cut costs, how they could make space travel more accessible. Instead of being paralyzed by the obstacles, he trained his mind to see the solutions. And that's why SpaceX ultimately succeeded. This isn't just a skill for billionaires. It's something you can develop in your own life. The ability to visualize solutions is a habit, and like any habit, it can be trained. It starts with how you approach problems. When faced with a challenge, what's your first reaction? Do you focus on why it's impossible, or do you start thinking about how to overcome it? Let me ask you this: when you encounter a problem, do you dwell on it? Do you find yourself going over all the reasons why it won't work, why it's too difficult, why it's not worth the effort? Most people do. It's human nature. But what if, instead of focusing on the problem, you trained your mind to immediately start looking for solutions? What if, instead of asking, "Why can't I do this?" you started asking, "How can I make this work?" This is what separates problem solvers from problem dwellers. And here's the truth: every problem has a solution. It may not always be obvious. It may not always be easy. But there's always a way forward if you're willing to look for it. The key is in your mindset. You need to train yourself to see challenges as opportunities in disguise. The bigger the problem, the bigger the potential for growth. The more complex the obstacle, the greater the reward when you overcome it. When you start thinking this way, problems stop feeling like barriers and start feeling like puzzles. Puzzles that you have the power to solve. Let's take this idea a little deeper. Imagine you're facing a major setback in your career, your business, or even in your personal life. Maybe it feels like everything is going wrong, and the path forward seems completely blocked. Most people would give up. They'd look at the mountain of problems and feel defeated. But not you. Not anymore. Because now you have a different mindset. You understand that there's always a way forward. You know that every problem has a solution, you just need to find it. So, instead of focusing on what's going wrong, you start to ask the right questions. What can I do to change this situation? What resources do I have at my disposal? Who can I reach out to for help or guidance? What creative solutions haven't I thought of yet? This shift in thinking is incredibly powerful. When you start asking these kinds of questions, you activate a part of your brain that's designed to solve problems. Your subconscious mind starts working in the background, piecing together information, looking for patterns, coming up with ideas. And often, the solution comes to you when you least expect it, because you've trained your mind to keep searching for answers even when the problem seems unsolvable. Visualization is a huge part of this process. But here's the twist. It's not just about visualizing the end result. It's about visualizing the process. Successful people don't just see themselves achieving their goals. They visualize the steps they need to take to get there. They imagine themselves solving the problems that arise along the way. They mentally walk through the challenges, step by step, and see themselves coming out on the other side, stronger and more successful. Elon Musk is a master at this. When he's faced with a seemingly impossible problem, he doesn't just visualize the final victory. He visualizes the steps, the failures, the tweaks, the adjustments, the breakthroughs along the way. He sees the entire process in his mind before it happens. And because of that, when the inevitable obstacles arise, he's not surprised. He's already thought through the solution. He's prepared. And that's why he keeps moving forward while others give up. So, how can you start visualizing solutions in your own life? It begins with a simple shift in mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, start seeing them as part of the process. Every problem you face is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to improve. And every time you solve a problem, you're one step closer to manifesting your vision. The next time you're faced with a difficult situation, try this. Instead of focusing on why it's hard, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what's the solution here? Picture yourself overcoming the challenge. Visualize yourself finding the answer. Imagine the exact steps you'll take to solve the problem. And then, when you've visualized it clearly, take action. Even if you don't have all the answers right away, start moving in the direction of the solution. Trust that as you take action, the path will become clearer. This is how manifestation works in the real world. It's not just about sitting back and dreaming of success. It's about actively creating success by visualizing the solutions to the problems you face and then taking action to make those solutions a reality. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you'll start to see problems not as something to fear, but as something to embrace. You'll develop a sense of confidence in your ability to solve whatever comes your way. And that confidence, that belief in your ability to find solutions, will attract even more success into your life. Think about it. When you approach life with the mindset that every problem has a solution, you become unstoppable. Challenges no longer paralyze you. Setbacks no longer defeat you. You start to see yourself as someone who creates solutions, who thrives in the face of adversity. And that energy, that sense of possibility, draws opportunities to you like a magnet. So, let me ask you, what problems are you facing right now? What challenges seem insurmountable? And what solutions are you ready to start visualizing? Because here's the truth, you already have everything you need to solve them. You have the creativity, the resourcefulness, the resilience. All you need to do is tap into it. All you need to do is believe in your ability to find the answers. Remember, the power to manifest your vision lies in your ability to see solutions where others see problems. The more you train yourself to think this way, the closer you'll get to achieving your dreams. So, the next time you're faced with a challenge, don't shy away from it. Embrace it, visualize the solution, and take action. Because that's how success is created, one solution at a time. As we come to the conclusion of this journey, think about everything we've explored so far. You've learned about the importance of having a clear and obsessive vision, the power of self-efficacy, the critical need for focusing on the present, the value of resilience, and the transformative ability to visualize solutions in the face of challenges. These aren't just abstract ideas. They are the principles that guide the most successful people in the world, from Elon Musk to other trailblazers who have shaped the future through sheer determination and belief. But let's stop for a moment and bring this back to you. Because everything we've talked about means nothing unless you apply it to your own life. Your vision, your belief in yourself, your focus, your resilience, and your problem-solving mindset are the keys that will unlock the doors to your own success. The question is, are you ready to use them? What would happen if, starting today, you truly committed to your vision? If you stopped letting doubts hold you back and fully believed in your ability to achieve greatness? Imagine what your life could look like if you harnessed the power of focus, blocking out distractions and dedicating yourself fully to the task at hand. What if you embraced failure, knowing that each setback was a lesson in disguise, and instead of shrinking in the face of adversity, you rose even higher? This isn't just about becoming successful in the traditional sense. It's about transforming yourself, about becoming the kind of person who doesn't just dream of a better future, but actively creates it. The kind of person who doesn't wait for opportunities, but makes them. The kind of person who sees obstacles as stepping stones, not barriers. The kind of person who is so aligned with their vision, so certain of their ability to succeed, that the entire universe seems to conspire in their favor. You already have everything you need to make this transformation. The seeds of greatness are already within you. The only thing left is for you to decide. Are you ready to step into your power? Are you ready to become the person who not only visualizes a brighter future but brings it into existence? If you're still hesitating, let's take a deeper look at why. Maybe you're afraid of failure. Maybe you think you're not capable, that you're not smart enough, talented enough, or lucky enough to make it happen. But here's the truth, you are enough. You are more than enough. And everything you've experienced up to this point, every success, every failure, every challenge, has been preparing you for this moment. The moment when you stop doubting yourself and start believing that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Elon Musk wasn't born with all the answers. Jeff Bezos didn't start out with a map to success. They figured it out along the way, and you will too. The difference is that they didn't stop when things got hard. They didn't let failure define them. And most importantly, they didn't wait for someone else to give them permission to succeed. They gave themselves permission. And now it's your turn. The future belongs to those who take action. Those who are bold enough to step into the unknown, who trust that their vision will guide them even when the path isn't clear. So ask yourself, what are you waiting for? What's holding you back from taking that first step, from committing fully to your dreams? The reality is, There will never be a perfect time. You will never feel 100% ready. The stars will never perfectly align. And that's okay. The most successful people didn't wait for the perfect moment. They created it. They took action even when they were scared, even when they didn't have all the answers, even when the odds were stacked against them. And every step they took, no matter how small, brought them closer to their vision. You have that same power within you. The power to take action, to move forward, to keep going even when things get tough. But you have to make the decision. You have to choose to stop waiting for the right moment and start creating it. And here's the thing. The moment you make that decision, something incredible happens. The moment you commit to your vision fully, with all your heart, the world starts to shift around you. Opportunities you never noticed before begin to appear. People who can help you start to show up. Solutions to problems that once seemed impossible suddenly come into focus. It's almost as if the universe is saying, finally, now that you've committed, we can get to work. This is the power of taking action, not just once, but consistently. It's about showing up every day, no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on around you, and doing the work. It's about making progress, even if it's just one small step at a time. Because success isn't built overnight. It's built through consistent action, day after day, moment by moment, decision by decision. And the beautiful part? Every time you take action, you're building momentum. Every time you move forward, no matter how small the step, you're getting closer to your vision. And that momentum creates a snowball effect. What starts as a small effort grows into something powerful, something unstoppable. But it all starts with that first step, the decision to commit fully to your vision and to take action, no matter what. So, what's your next step? What's the one thing you can do today, right now, that will move you closer to your dream? It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be something. And once you take that step, take another, and then another. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize that you've made more progress than you ever thought possible. But here's the most important lesson: enjoy the journey. Success isn't just about the destination. It's about who you become along the way. It's about the growth, the learning, the challenges, and the triumphs. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't just achieve great things, but who lives with purpose, with passion, with a deep sense of fulfillment. The road ahead won't always be easy. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But if you stay committed to your vision, if you keep believing in yourself, if you embrace failure as part of the process and keep visualizing solutions, there's nothing you can't achieve. So, take a deep breath. Feel the power of your vision. Believe in your ability to make it happen. And take that first step. The world is waiting for you, and everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of your decision to take action. Now, go create your future.